Hello, it's Crypto CJ. It's the trade of the day, Monday night slash Tuesday morning, Zoom edition, depending on where in the world you are. And Bitcoin had a resurgence yesterday into the high 80s, around 88. Dipped a little bit since then, but still pushing towards the 90 mark. It would be good to reclaim that, push back towards 100K, set that as support. Um, we're still in a bull market, or are we? We'll investigate that shortly. Let's go to the charts. Okay, this is my Bitcoin day chart. Should be seeing that. And we have broken the
Yep.
20 EMA. Thanks, Craig. And the 200 and pushing towards the 50 on the day chart. Currently about 87.5-ish. So a nice move after dipping down to 77. And we're heading back towards high 80s, 90s, maybe even 100. I was on X a little earlier, looking at the headlines. My home state is representing. Arizona passed a committee review to start a state Bitcoin reserve, and that is imminent. That's good news. And there was some discussion over the cycle here. Kyle, my favorite Bitcoin cheerleader, you didn't miss the bull run. You missed the patient part if you're just joining now. Markets don't go up in straight lines. They'll shake you out, test your nerves, make you doubt everything. This is where the retest seasons where the legends are made. So keep that in mind when you're going through unintentional hodl. We were talking earlier. I've got a few of those going myself. So, swing trades that were supposed to be for a week or two at the most, holding on for a couple months, but still have good fundamentals, still should break up and make those profits. So, and then Ethereum broke 2000, had been hovering below that for a while. You can see the trend up here on the day chart and 2080 at the moment. Broke the 20 on the EMA, heading for the 50 and 200. So the markets seem to have improved since our last call, but we'll see if this resurgence has any staying power. Any comments or questions about the markets overall, or any news people want to talk about? Okay, well, how do we make money in this market? These these moves are pretty good for day trading, not always so good for swing trading. Let's go to Altcoin Alert, see if we can find some coins to trade. Okay, when Altcoin Alert easy mode is off, I'm selecting Altcoin Radar. Going to refresh, get the most current information. And while that's happening, um, quick review generally how I use Altcoin Alert, and that's to show me what coins are moving during the day. I generally follow 4 or 5 altcoins during the day to day trade, and I try to make a 1 to 1.5% profit on those trades. I'm more experienced trader. I'm trading on a foreign exchange using leverage 10x. If you're new to this type of trading, you should be on a spot account like Coinbase or Binance or Kraken and pile up 2 to 5% wins. And if you do that, your balance can grow pretty quickly. So anyway, let's go over to the altcoin AA score. I'm going to do my first sort by that, looking for values 80 and higher, and really not seeing any, at least of coins I would usually trade. I'm kind of limited on what I can trade on the exchange I use. So I try to look for those type of coins in addition to Coins you folks can trade on Coinbase and Kraken. And I'm not really seeing anything like that until down here on Chainlink. I'm at 63.9. That's not a very good score. There's some meme coins up here, but not what I usually trade. So I'm going to skip the AA score, go to my next sort, which is social activity, click on that, and match up fire and thumbs up. See what's got potential. 0x, older project. Anchor, which is something I trade from time to time, had a nice move today, over 16%. Fire on both social activity and trading activity. So that's a good match. So I got my anchor chart here. And then this is my day trading layout on TradingView. If you would like a copy of this, email me at cryptocj13@gmail.com or reach out on the Slack group. And I can send you a link that will have these indicators on it so you don't have to create them from scratch. And then you can change them as you see fit. The indicators I'm using are all free from TradingView. Supply and demand visible range from Lux Algo. I'm using that for support and resistance. The green zone support, red zone is resistance. And then the RTI, which I use for alerts and entries, relative trend index. That's this indicator here. And cumulative delta, which I use occasionally for confirmation on trend-based trades, is down here. So I'm going to set an alert on Anchor. I'm going to show you a couple different alerts. I'm going to right-click on the RTI, add an alert on the RTI. And what I want it to do is dip below the 20 and then come back up. That shows me a retrace and a recovery. So I'm going to choose crossing up. And the value is going to be 20 once per bar close. I don't usually talk about expiration dates because I've got a Pro Premium Plus or something like that. So mine are open-ended, but you can just set it for 1 day or 2 days, however long you plan to follow the coin. Custom name, I usually use the information source. And if you type it in enough times, TradingView will remember it. So AA score purchase here, or no, this is actually social activity sort. And then over here on notifications, notify an app on my phone, toast notification, which is pop up on my computer screen, and play a sound also on my computer screen. And there's a lot to choose from. So that's how you can do that. Set an alert for breaking below the 20 and coming back. That's my favorite way to trade, to day trade. But I'm gonna do something a little different since I'm on a foreign account using leverage. I can trade both directions, both long and short. So if you're a more experienced trader and want to do that, choose entering a channel and 80 on top, 20 on the bottom, and the rest is the same. And there I've got my little triangle. And so if the RCI breaks below 20 like it did here, and then comes back up like it did here, then that's a sign to get in. Check Bitcoin as well, see how it's doing. And let me show you how that played out. Yeah, that happened right about here. So that entry went sideways for a while and then shot up. So that could have been a 30% plus gain on the day trade. That's amazing for a day trade. I'm usually just looking for single digits, but it's an extreme example of what can happen on the dip and retrace approach. Dip below 20, break back up, get in on the break back up. Okay, any questions on Anchor as a day trade? All right. Well, let's say you don't want to day trade. That's too time intensive. I've got a swing trade layout as well. This is over here on the 1 hour chart. I'm using the supply and demand visible range for support and resistance again, but different indicators for entries. The super trend here, which is a buy sell indicator and is alert friendly. And then I've also got the Trendilo LSMA, which is a moving average indicator. And this is more trend based as opposed to it tends to print buy orders after a dip and a strong retrace. And then the opposite as well. So you set an alert on the super trend, right click, add alert on super trend. And you can trade both directions, leave it on direction change. But if you're trading on spot, you're going to choose the buy option. I usually just do it only once. Custom name, social activity, notifications. I probably choose a different sound, and bell or fault. But I'm probably not going to set this one as a swing trade because I'm waiting for my swing trades to come back. I'm a little depleted on that budget. So, any questions on Anchor as a swing? And looking at an exit on this, if you got in now, the red zone is 14%. That would be a pretty good exit. Might take a few days to get back there. But that is one thing I like about the support and resistance is they're good to use for exits. Okay, let's go back to Altcoin Alert and see what else we can find. That was social activity and Chronos, fire on both. Book of Meme, whatever that is, WorldCoin, Flux, Cody. Cody's another coin I like to trade, and it's got thumbs up on both. So you might want to check that one out. All right, let's move on. 1 hour projected range. And on this one, I'm looking for positive numbers on both upper and lower, or positive on upper and a very small negative on lower. And then with the decent sized number in the middle, which we have here on Matic, but pretty bad numbers on either side. This isn't one I use very often anymore, but keep it in your arsenal if you want to have a little variety with your altcoin alert approach. Okay, the next one is short-term sentiment. I'm going to match that up with Elder Impulse hourly and Steam has bullish on both. Pixels, Fun Token, Raven Coin, which I kind of like. All right, let's look at Raven. Bullish on both short-term sentiment and Elder Impulse hourly. That should be on my list. Get back over to day trade layout. And the RTI is currently above the 80. So it could be a while before we get this, break down below the 20 and break back up. So to set that alert, right click on the RTI, crossing up on the 20. Once per bar close, we'll leave it on until you turn it off. And this is short term. And leave the rest as is. You're good to go for your day trade alert I'm going to set this one myself, go both directions, enter a channel, 80-20, and click create. So I can evaluate this as a short if it dips below the 80, but there was a fake out here yesterday morning, and I'm dealing with that with one of my other trades still in it from yesterday. That happens sometimes. Okay. So that's Raven as a day trade. Go to the hour chart, look for a swing option, and we will see this from time to time. It's in the red zone now on the hour chart, so that's kind of played out. So I'll look on some later time change or time frames. If I look at the 4 hour, there was activity on this chart back in earlier in the month. So there's a retrace potential up here to 13%, but it could take over 20 days. So it's a little longer than I'd like to be in a trade, even a swing trade. 30 days here for the 15% retrace. We do have a buy signal has printed and the Trendilo has confirmed. We're sort of emerging out of the green zone earlier this month. So if you want a longer term swing, this one could qualify. Not financial advice, but the setup is not bad. It's kind of in the middle. I'd rather catch it around here, but you could go in with a small trade and hold some funds back for additional purchases. And if you're new to this, I use a method called ladder buying or dollar cost averaging. Make additional purchases when the coin goes against me if we're in a bull market. So, but on some of my swing trades, I did that and then just kept going down or sideways. So be advised, you could be stuck and put more money at risk if you use that technique. All right. But if you're curious about it, go to my videos and look up ladder buying and you'll see it there. Or just email me and I'll send it to you. Okay. Any questions on Raven coin? All right. So that was a social activity sort on Altcoin Alert. Let's go to the long-term sentiment sort. And we'll match this up with Elder Impulse Daily. And we have a bullish here match on Chronos. That's not one I trade very often. Curve I like. So we might look at that. All right, let's look at Curve. Bullish on both. Okay, day trade layout. Hanging around the 80. So this has hit resistance a couple times and dipped back down. So this alert would have gone off for me about an hour ago, not an hour ago, but 15 minutes ago. But then the green candle printed. But let's wait for this to happen again. Of course, that would have been a short instead of a long. Conditions go with entering a channel. 80, 20, once per bar close. That's long. Click create here. So that's my alert. But if you're on spot, you're going to do it a little differently. Right click, add alert on the RTI, crossing up, choose 20. The rest is the same. Custom name, long. All right. Let's look at CRV as a swing. And on the 1 hour chart, we're in the red zone now, so we were late on this one. This area would have been a better place to get in. Let's look at a longer time frame, 4 hour chart. We're at the top of the range there too. 8 hours. Okay, the 8 hour chart actually worked for long-term swing traders. This is a pretty good entry now. The buy signal printed a few days ago. Trendilo is pointing up on the green. We're coming out of the green zone on support. Your retrace potential is 70, is over 60%. So it could take 63 days to get back there. So about 2 months. But if you're a longer term swing trader, that could be a good setup for you. Not bad. Okay. Any questions on CRV? Well, I've done a few sorts on Altcoin Alert. Are there any coins you want to look at on Altcoin Alert before I head over to iCoin Pro? Okay. Let's go to iCoin Pro, home of the 123 dip, which is sort of the inspiration for the RTI uh, layout I showed you. The 123 dip is just like it sounds, 3 dips below the Bollinger Band. Should probably look at that. That's these green lines here, our Bollinger Bands. And that's more on the 5 minute chart, but it's not that alert friendly. So I came up with this RTI approach. My friend Frank told me about the RTI. I was using the RSI before, but the RTI has been better. And then the alerts as you see fit should coincide with 123 dip entries on the 5 minute chart. So those of you who have gone through the iCoin Pro training to check that out should know what I'm talking about. If you haven't gone through it, you may want to look at the emails I've sent, and there's a link to that free training on how to trade the 123 dip. So I'm going to use the Buddy coin crawler tool provided by iCoin Pro to choose maybe 2 coins to follow in addition to those I follow on Altcoin Alert, and see if I can get some alerts throughout the day to track these coins. STMX, something I trade occasionally. Let's look at that. And it's not on any local, it's on Binance US. So that's something Americans can trade on. The volume is pretty poor. That's what happens when you see these vertical lines. So I don't know if I'd want to trade this, but since we have it up, we'll look at it. It's down here in the low portion of the RTI, but has not dipped below the 20 yet. If you got in now, based on that and the green zone effect here, back to this resistance would be, wow, 30%. That's pretty amazing. So that might happen. Back to the red zone. I lost it. Bottom of the red zone, yeah, right at 30%. So that would be a great day trade on STMX. So right click on the RTI. Nah, not financial advice, but I'd probably just get in this one now. Because it sort of hovered on the 20 and bounced back up a couple times. But it could be a fake out. It hasn't really pushed above 50 lately, so did briefly here. I tend to look at recent history to see what the coin's doing. Does it have a pattern of breaking up, or does it just kind of go sideways and down? So
There's
okay,
almost no volume on that though.
yeah, I know. I just a lot of times when I see this, I just bail. I'm not sure if anybody trades on Binance US anyway. So this might have been a bad example. Let's see what else we can find on iCoin Pro on the Buddy Coin Crawler sort. What is CLV? Sometimes I just look at new coins on this call. So CLV, okay, that's more prominent, and it's on Coinbase. Clover. Okay, a little more action on this one, but it broke the 80 not that long ago. It's dipping now. So this is one where you could, instead of setting the alert on 20, you could set it on 50. So right click on the RTI, crossing up, and then choose 50. Or there's already another one here, crossover 50. You could just choose that. Once per bar close, Buddy Coin Crawler. And good to go there. So it broke above the 50. Probably getting right about here. Retrace to this resistance, 2%, not bad. That's less 1% on this one, 1.3. So some small gains potentially on the day trade, on the swing. Red zone is kind of huge. But the Trendilo just went red, so that's not good. If you're looking for a swing trade, you just might want to catch the next buy signal, super trend. So right click on that, type, choose buy, and then you know the rest. So, okay, any questions on Clover Finance? All right. Try one more on iCoin Pro. I'm looking for values 4% and higher. I'm sorting by this average low to SMA. The average low is 24-hour low. SMA line is that red line between the Bollinger Bands. It's this red line here. So it's from the low to the SMA, and that's the sort. Usually tells me what's moving in that day. And this is VEET. Look at that one. So not on many exchanges. I'll look at something else. Try to find something I've traded. Render. So that one's been kind of messed with lately. It's on Coinbase. Okay, render dipped below the 80. So this one might be heading back down, do something like this, break back up. Last time it dipped below 20 and came back up and made a big move. Like right about here, 18%. That's a fantastic day trade. So if you want to catch the next move like that, right click, crossing up, on the 20, and you know the rest. So that's your alert on render. As a day trade, let's look at this as a swing. We're hovering near the red zone now on the 1 hour. Go to the 4 hour. A little more room to move on the 4 hour. You got in now. It's 11% back to the red zone on a retrace, but this candle action is not encouraging. So we do have a buy signal from SuperTrend and the Trendilo pointing up past the middle. I don't know if I like that. On the 8 hour, there's lots of room to move. So if you got in now, it's resistance about here, 18%. Again here at about 60%, and the red zone all the way to 80%, but that could take 58 days. So looks pretty good as a longer swing, not so much as a short swing. Okay, any questions on render? Well, that's all I have for iCoin Pro and Altcoin Alert. Any more general questions or coins you want to look at on either profile, or questions about day trading or swing trading? You guys have been pretty quiet today. All right. Well, I'll end it here. If you're watching on the recording, I'd appreciate that. I'd prefer to see you live. Check out the opportunities in the pinned comment to help fund the channel. And I should be back on Thursday night/Friday morning. You guys have a good trading week. Bye.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Bye.